Imagine being trapped on a deserted island with two people, one who has all the money in the world, and one who actually knows how to survive. The problem? They both want you, and they're both willing to kill for it. The sun-drenched nightmare begins in the Caribbean, where Jennifer, her wealthy husband Jack, and a group of high-society friends are boarding a luxury yacht. It's supposed to be the vacation of a lifetime, but the vibes are off from the jump. On the docks, a handsome staff member named Manuel is having a public explosive blowout with his ex-girlfriend Maria. She's screaming he's cold, and eventually, a slap is exchanged. Jack, used to being the alpha in every room, tries to intervene, but Jennifer pulls him back. Maria leaves, but not before casting a chilling curse on everyone on that boat. It feels like a standard lover spat, but in this story, words have teeth. That night, the tension on the yacht is thick. Jack is already picking on Manuel, treating him like a servant who stepped out of line. Meanwhile, Jennifer and Jack are getting intimate in their cabin, unaware that Manuel is in the next room, hearing every sound through the thin walls. But back on the mainland, things get supernatural. Maria is performing a dark voodoo ritual, using a doll and the energy of the couple to focus her rage on Manuel. As she strikes the doll, Manuel's nose starts bleeding out of nowhere. It's the first sign that this trip is under a dark cloud, but the real disaster is much more grounded in reality. The next day, a petty argument between Manuel and the captain leads to Manuel quitting in a rage. In his haste to leave the kitchen, he tosses a towel, not noticing it lands right on the burner. Within minutes, the luxury yacht is a literal fire trap. Panic erupts. The perfect vacation turns into a desperate scramble for lifeboats. As the ship explodes behind them, a sudden violent storm swallows the small boats, scattering the survivors into the dark, churning ocean. When the sun rises, Jennifer washes up on a pristine beach, alone and terrified. Her relief at surviving is short-lived when she finds the captain's body nearby. She tries to save him, but he's gone. Just as panic sets in, Manuel emerges from the trees. Now, the hierarchy has flipped. On the yacht, Manuel was the help. Here, he's the king because he's the only one who knows how to find water, catch fish, and build shelter. As the days turn into weeks, Jennifer and Manuel develop a fragile bond. Manuel is resourceful and, let's be honest, incredibly fit, which Jennifer definitely notices as he dives for seafood. They build a hut, share coconuts, and start to settle into a rhythm of survival. During a swim, Manuel opens up about Maria, claiming she's manipulative and lied about a pregnancy to trap him. He challenges Jennifer too, calling her out for her rich girl attitude and pointing out that without him, she'd be dead. The air between them is thick with more than just heat. It's a mix of resentment and undeniable attraction. But just as things are getting cozy, the dead husband returns. Manuel finds Jack washed up on the shore, barely alive. He brings him back to camp, and the reunion is complicated. Jack wakes up to see his wife and the servant playing in the water like they're on a honeymoon. The millionaire is instantly suspicious. To reclaim his dominance, Jack reveals he has a lighter, finally contributing fire to the camp, but the power struggle is just beginning. The island becomes a psychological battlefield. Jack is convinced Manuel is trying to steal Jennifer, while Manuel is disgusted by Jack's uselessness and arrogance. Jack's jealousy reaches a fever pitch when he finds out they've been sharing food behind his back. He moves the hut, separating himself and Jennifer from Manuel, and tries to prove he can provide. But while Jack is failing to catch even a tiny crab, Manuel is feasting on lobster. The hunger starts to break Jennifer down. She eventually sneaks off to eat Manuel's fish, and in a moment of weakness and gratitude, she kisses him. This is the point where the island truly starts to change them. The civilized masks are falling off. Jack finds evidence of Jennifer's betrayal, and loses his mind. He accuses Manuel of stealing everything from him. His yacht, his fire, and now his wife. A brutal fight breaks out on the sand, a mess of punches and spears. Jennifer manages to stop them from killing each other for now, but the peace is shattered. In a desperate move to reclaim control, Jack spends his days secretly fixing a broken boat he found. But Jennifer is done with his ego. When she sees him struggling, she mocks him, telling him he'll just die at sea. The betrayal goes full circle that night. Jennifer and Manuel decide to steal Jack's boat and leave him behind to rot. They launch into the surf, feeling like they've finally won. But as the shore recedes, they notice something terrifying. The floor of the boat is filling with water. Jack didn't fix the boat. He baited it. He knew they'd try to steal it, so he left a hole in the hull, waiting for them to drown in the shark-infested waters. It's a genius, cold-blooded move. Jennifer and Manuel are forced to swim for their lives back to the very beach where Jack is waiting with a spear. When they crawl back onto the sand, exhausted and gasping, Jack doesn't show mercy. He stabs Manuel in the back with a spear. Jennifer tackles her husband, and in the chaos, Manuel manages to punch Jack and escape into the jungle. That night is a nightmare. Jack ties Jennifer up inside the hut, whispering about the terrible things he's going to do to her now that they're truly alone. But Jennifer isn't a damsel anymore. Using her teeth and sheer will, she works at the ropes while the two men engage in a final primitive showdown outside. They fight with fire and steel. Manuel uses a flaming brand, Jack uses his spear. Jennifer finally breaks free and joins the fray, pushing Jack into the fire to give them a chance to run. They vanish into the woods, but Jack is like a predator now, tracking their blood and footprints through the greenery. Up in the trees, Manuel is fading. He's wounded and burning with fever. And remember Maria? Back home, she's finishing her ritual. As she prepares the final blow to the voodoo doll, Jack finds the lovers. He throws his spear, knocking Manuel from the tree. Just as Jack raises a knife to finish the job, Maria stabs the doll through the heart. In a freakish coincidence, or perhaps the curse finally reaching its destination, Manuel falls backward, impaling himself on the very spear Jack had thrown. He dies instantly, leaving Jennifer alone with her monster of a husband. Fast forward 1 year. A luxury yacht, owned by a wealthy family on vacation, spots a small hut on the island. They go ashore and find a woman who looks like she's seen the end of the world. It's Jennifer. She's weathered, quiet, and clutching a lighter, Jack's lighter. They take her aboard, offering her food and safety. As the yacht sails away, Jennifer looks out at the reef. There, standing on the rocks, is Jack. He's waving his arms, screaming at the top of his lungs for help. He sees her. She sees him. And she says absolutely nothing. The yacht disappears over the horizon, leaving the millionaire alone on his kingdom of sand and bones. Jennifer finally has her revenge, and Jack finally has the island all to himself. If you were in Jennifer's shoes, would you have saved the man who tried to kill you, or would you leave him to the same fate he planned for you? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more intense movie stories. Thanks for watching.